broadcasting to you from the creation station, from nation to nation, tribe worldwide. We are Tribe Strong. Welcome to WIP Wednesdays at Wowwy'z Workshop. Brought to you by Two Brothers, One Vision.
Why, hello, folks. Why, hello, and welcome to the Wowwy'z Show. WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Woo! How are we doing? I got the thumbs up. Sound is good. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you. And again, folks, we've had a pre-live show going on. Hobo Jack was first today. Hobo Jack slid in there. How you doing, sir? I know you're listening in the background. Much love to you, man. Thank you for being here. And Grumpy was right on his heels, as he always is, right in the beginning there. Rhinestone Suzanne was just right after, and then we had Tim from Black Widow Woodworking. Already we got 3 of the Mod Squad in the house. Jesus, guys. Everybody, I don't think I've missed anybody so far. Oh, Peter is here. Hello, Pete. How you doing? Pete the Mad Scientist, folks. He is here. 2 weeks straight in a row, he says. Thank you, brother. That's great. Good old Algie the Algorithm Hamster sure appreciates it. I know that. Ow! Joe! I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it today with this thing on the whole time. It is the season. It's kind of mucky out there today, kind of on the edge of wanting to rain, but the air is starting to warm up, and old Wowie here, he runs hot. Hey, Daniel Thorpe is here. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming, Daniel. All the wonders are rolling in. Hey, my brother is here. Thank you, Darren, for coming, bro, because today, our piece today has a lot of you in it, as does all of Two Brothers, One Vision's art, but this one is an extra special one, bro. We are getting this totem. We are going to get this totem on the go. We're continuing on our surge of trying to finish projects, and I'm just, once this ball has started getting, whoa, geez, my cord gets rolling, man. Well, Wowie has just got to jump on that wave and just keep her going, because a lot of you guys know that I have a tendency to get things 95% done, and then I'll get hung up on something. And I don't know if it's even, I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, because a lot of the things that I've been working on in these bigger projects that we've done on the live show, and they've taken a long, long time, months and months to finish, they're intended to be gifts. And not all those people know that yet, but that's what's happening. And sometimes I was thinking about it last night. I'm wondering if it's maybe a fear of letting go, because these carvings become my friends. I got a little bit of a lonelier life. I don't go out anymore with people or anything. I basically stay at home and I work on my art, and I have all of you wonders in my life. But these carvings, they become my friends. So I was thinking about that last night. I'm like, I wonder if I get hung up on something because I'm afraid of the final goodbye. Hey, Joseph is in the house. How you doing, Joe? Oh, Joe. Thank you for coming. Lane is here. Excuse me, guys. My goodness. Sucking in dust. Cedar dust. How you doing, Joe? Hey, Hippie Christopher's Creations is here. Waka waka, my friend. I was thinking about you, dude. That's weird, man. I think that, first, thank you for coming. I know you guys have busy schedules and stuff. For you guys to come in here and be here with Wowie, there's no gift like it. There's no gift like it. You want to do something for Wowie, you ever want to give Wowie a gift? Support the art. Support the channel, That's true gifts in my world. That is awesome. Oh, Old Path is here. Shalom, my friend. Just Carve Rob is just rolled in the house. How you doing, sir? I'm sorry. I think you went live yesterday, Rob, and I just missed it. I've been trying. I was supposed to make another one last night for Joseph for something that was going on there in YouTube, and I couldn't make that one, and I apologize, brother. I'm trying. I do my best. Shalom, shalom, old path. That's awesome, Rob. Thanks for coming, brother. I hope your back's doing okay. I did my yoga stretches this morning, and I'm feeling okay. I found a couple of them. One where you're just sitting cross-legged on the floor, and you keep the one leg crossed, and you slide the other one back, and you put it straight back, and you lean forward. And it's hard, you know, and but I can get there. And you hold that stretch for a minute, and you do the other leg, and then you squat, flat-footed squat, like you're going to take a mess on the floor, and you stay in that position longer than 1 minute. I did it for 3 today, and that really aligns your body. It's just natural bio whatever. Our bodies are wonderful miracle machines that our bodies are, and it really, really helps me. Just those three, and then I have my 20-minute yoga one that I didn't do it this morning, but that is like the humdinger that really helps. Better than any pill that I've ever taken. I can tell you that. Yes. And my brother is in the house. I'm going to be hanging out with old Darren on the weekend because it's my ma and stepdad Will. It's their wedding anniversary on the weekend, so I'll be going over there and hanging out with old Darren. Katie's going to chop his mop, get him looking on fleek or whatever the frick the word is, right? How? Joe! So yeah, guys, crazy stuff going on in the world. I'm waiting on pins and needles for this big UFO drop, because as a lot of you guys know, that's one of Wowwy'z main wonder. All of the things that tickle Wowwy'z old wonder willy. Well, UFOs and just NHI, non-human intelligence, is top of my list. It consumes me. And that's because I truly believe that it's the truth. There's a lot of stuff going on. And it's been teased that a whole big new thing is going to drop, like 45 videos are going to be released to the public and stuff. So I'm just waiting for that. Praying every day for this world and all the people that inhabit it. We're all equals, and we all deserve the same thing. And I'm just praying that people can get along and we can start moving forward instead of backwards. You feel me? Lane Marley is in the house. Hello, Darren. Saw you in there somewhere, says Joseph. Yes, Darren's in there. Darren's in there. And don't you worry, Joe. We're going to get you your arrowhead, copper arrowhead, figured out real soon. Real soon. Positive Pokes is here. What is this, says Positive Pokes? This is Wowwy'z Workshop. We're an art and creating channel. And we also kind of focus on ourselves. The most important canvas of all, and that's the inner work with an E. And yeah, we do a lot of stuff. And we're in the OBS, so you're going to have multiple. Check this out. We got all the views today, folks. Bing, ding, ding, whap. Whoa, I didn't want to show you that yet. Oh, jumping, getting a fucking ahead of myself there. What? Sorry, there's the F-bomb. Took me 7 minutes. Tim List is in here. Hey, Positive, thank you for popping by. I like you to subscribe, I promise, man. I always give my best. And it's all about art, carving. Lots of wood carving, wood spirits. Real cool stuff around here, my friend. That's right, I am out there. Tim List is in the house. Hello, sir. Thank you for coming. Mr. List is in the house. And then Stephen S. Carvings from the UK is in Tribe Worldwide. We are Tribe Strong. Thank you, Stephen, and the missus. Give the missus my... That's my new for the missus, for the ladies. Give you a little bow there. Work. Holy shit, says Black Widow. That's right. Free show. You are always, just always. Every Wednesday we do the live. And then I also post long form and lots of shorts. But my shorts don't really get seen, but I post them because I love music. Love making music too. Oh, frick, man. Where are my matters? Speaking of making music...
LaRue is in the house in the VIP. LaRue is in the house in the VIP. He's watching everyone, so don't be playing with me. LaRue is in the house in the VIP.
That is right, folks, LaRue is in the house, in the VIP, and he is in charge of all the music making around here, which we've been doing, folks. Oh yes, we've been doing it to it. What have I missed? Your dad is in the house. How's it going, brother? Perry the Carving Wizard is here. Hello, Perry. How are you, man? Great to see you, Perry. And I love your new whittles and stuff you've been doing. You're whittling at work. You're a whittler. You are a whittler, sir. Yep, give my best to the missus, like I said. Stevens S. Carvings. That is awesome. Thanks for coming, Perry. Wow. Well, thank you, Joseph. I really like, even though they don't get seen, like I was looking at my analytics the other day, and I'm not even on the shorts. You need millions of views and stuff to get like up there in the 4,000 watch hour kind of areas, right? With your shorts, you got to get. I'm not even on the freaking graph, Joe. But hey, I love doing it, and that's what this is all about, right? I'm here. When I decided to do this, I said to myself, I'm going to be myself, take it or leave it, and I'm going to have fun. If it comes to a point where I can't be myself and it ain't fun no more, I won't be on here no more. And it's just as simple as that. Simple as that. But yes, Perry, been loving your little whittles, brother. Oh, he's working on a hillbilly carving now. And if you haven't yet, folks, all of these people in this chat all have wicked channels themselves. Please check them all out. I could say probably 90% of the people that come into the live chat are creators themselves and are very much worthy of your subscribe and your watch. I understand. I know that time is our most precious thing in this world, in this reality, is our time. So I wouldn't tell you to go spend your time on something that wasn't worthy. Let's just say that. That's what I'm trying to say. Story over. How are you doing, Dad? Thanks for popping in, man. Frick yeah! Mark D. Maker is in the house. Hello, Mark. How you doing, man? Thanks for popping into the workshop. Oh, Wowwy'z. Whoa. Hitting stuff. That's awesome, Mark. Thanks for popping in. Wow. You guys are all freaking making old Wowie all verklempt or whatever the term is. Sure appreciate you coming. Joseph says, everyone keeps telling me to be myself, but I don't want to break the internet. I understand you're making a joke, but Joseph, you are a very, very kind and loving soul. I've been getting to know you very well in the old messenger there. And, dude, no worries there, man. You just be yourself with your shiny heart, and everything will work out fine. As you know from here, like I'm just out here trying to be a lighthouse, and it can be a slow fight, a slow march, but onward we go, and you have our support, man. Sorry, I gotta take a sip here. I was standing on this Woodspirit. It's cedar, but without the box, the suck box going, and I think it got in me, man. So that's 12 minutes I babbled. So at least I'm going to switch over so that I can talk about what we're going to be working on today, guys, because this one is a frickin' humdinger. Boom! This, my wonders, my friends, my family, my wonders. This is the Copper King Totem. Old Path wants a Wowwy'z sticker? All right, buddy, you're on the frickin' list. You are on the list. I'm finally getting... Hey, Baby's Kisses is here. Hello, Mrs. Kisses. Thanks for tuning in, sister. I always love it when Mrs. Kisses is here. She's another kindred spirit and a kindred soul. Thank you for coming, my lady. That's what all the queens that come are gonna get. They're gonna get the my lady. Baby's Kisses. Watch and listen. Much love to you and the chatters. Okay, no worries. You just watch and listen, sister. It always helps. Even if the folks that don't really like being in the live chat and stuff, I understand that. That's okay. Just watching helps. Gives old Algie the algorithm hamster there its pellet. Well, you have to hit like. And if you subscribe, Positive, Mr. Positive there. Algae, the algorithm hamster, will get a yogurt drop. Who's Algae? This is Algae. Okay? It's a little hamster. A little hamster with a vigorous appetite. She's my creation. It's my idea of what the algorithm is, because I couldn't figure it out. So I just decided, yeah, it's this weird little hamster that lives off of the likes and the subscribes. And then one of our, I call her my soul sister, Claire, from France. Claire told me she made this hamster for the channel and for Two Brothers One Vision, and I just freaking adore it. I know it's kind of hard to see there, but it's a felted. It's beautiful. That's Algae, all right? We got to keep Algae happy and fed, you guys. That's how that works. Capiche? All right, everybody's just saying hello. Very cute, says Mark. Thanks, man. We're trying to keep it, because I really just don't understand the algorithm, to be honest. And then here, this is our watcher, you guys, that we've been working on each week, and I haven't done anything since last time, because I want to kind of, I like to take you guys on the journey, but this is our current watcher that's just standing by. And I also want to say, I know Pete don't like it, getting the shout out, but I got to say it. Pete sent us a care package, and with some awesome spoon and cutlery jewelry and like key rings and keychains and stuff that I'm going to bring over, and I'm going to share with my brother, because it was Two Brothers One Vision. It was we gave Pete a big bag of cutlery, older vintage and antique cutlery, so that because Pete makes wicked jewelry, and so we were like, hey, frickin', this is just sitting here in a bag, and frick that, it's going to Pete. And then Pete in turn made a whole bunch of really awesome things, sent it in a box, and guess what else he sent? A whole bunch of pieces for watchers. They're perfect 2x2 pieces in the perfect length I got like more like excuse me, 6 watchers to be able to make or something in there. So thank you, sir. I'm sorry, I know, but I didn't make a tribe mail, but I have to thank you, man. That's just the way it works. Yes, it's tribe strong, you guys. Tribe freaking strong. All of us folks out here supporting each other. It's a family like no other. So, you guys, this gentleman here has been on my wall for pushing, 4 years for sure. Okay? When I first started power carving, it's a hard thing to explain, but I just had this style right from the beginning, and it has to do a lot with my pencil drawing, right? Like the way my wood spirits look is basically how I draw. If I was to draw like a wood spirit's face, right? And it's all connected. It's all the same stuff, right? Coming from our creative brains. So my drawings resemble the kind of faces that I like to draw. And I've always loved wood spirits. But I got this guy this far, and this was a lot of work. And work with an E, you guys. Working with an E. And, sorry. I just get so excited. So I started this piece. It's already got the hanger in it. It's signed and ready to go. Big chunk of cedar driftwood. Smells so yummy. And, sorry, I'm obsessive. I have to keep sanding. And I got him this far, and I knew that this was going to be a special totem that represents Two Brothers One Vision. Now I got to address this. Look at this, you guys. This copper leaf made by my amazingly talented brother who's in the chat, Darren 2B1V. The mod, he's also a mod there in blue. He made this. Okay? Now this beautiful leaf is going to be the headdress for this totem. And I got it this far, and then I just got hung up on things. Like I actually, honest, to be 100% legit and honest in what I strive to be on this channel, is I got scared. I didn't feel confident enough to finish it. And that's just the honest truth of it, okay? I got it to this point, and then I just got kind of hung up, and I put it on the wall in here, and it's been in here in the workshop for all those 4 years, just looking at me. So I knew all along that I wanted to copper leaf his eyes. So that's why his eyes look a little bit shiny. You can see there's a little bit of a shine on them. That's because I went in there and sealed it. I sealed it with a Minwax polyacrylic water-based sealer because I didn't want the glue for the copper leaf to just suck in and it not apply right. So that I got that far on it. Now you can kind of see there. I know the lighting ain't the best for showing you what I'm trying to say, but it's kind of shiny compared to the rest of it. So that's done. And then that's as far as I got. Now on the bottom, you can't really see, so I'm going to switch it around here. I make these things in my carvings that are kind of like, I don't know how to what exactly to call it. It's like a little, it's just little spots to feature things. Not a temple, but an alcove. Is that the word? I like to carve in little spots that I can attach things, okay? Now, and show my brother's work. And it's another way that we can combine the wood carving with the copper work. So I make these little places to feature my brother's stuff and or other things that we create. So with this Woodspirit, we created this. Now this is going to be hard to see. This, you guys, is an copper electroformed acorn. So that's a real acorn in there that we sealed and treated and then glued the jump ring onto it and then treated all of that and carved it so it looked like the top of the acorn. And then we electroformed it upstairs in the electroform lab, which is coming very, very soon. I'm setting it all up, you guys, and I think Christopher Creations will be happy to hear that. He's been waiting, the poor guy. Now, this electroformed acorn is going to be hanging in the special. That's what's being featured in that little thing. Now, so today we're going to be staining the background a darker brown. We're going to stain it in there, and we're going to stain it around his mouth spot here. Do my best anyways. And then I've already been working on it. I got an eye screw here that's antique copper colored already. And it's going to go with the darker stain and the acorn. And so I've already pre-drilled that spot. And then I went in there with a Kutzall burr, a big ball, and I carved it in there a little bit so that, God, it's hard to see. But I carved a divot in there so that this thing, when it screws in, it's not going to be poking out too far. And it'll settle in there nice, okay? And before we get that in there, I'm going to attach the acorn beforehand so that I just twist it all in there, and then I don't have to be in there fricking around trying to attach that little frickin' acorn on the eye screw. Oh, holy smokes. Was that ever a frickin' mouthful? Are you guys following me? Still waiting, says Hippie Christopher's. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry, brother. It's just been so... The carvings have just had me, like, all wrapped up. But I have this... Darren and I have this deep, deep love for copper number one and electroforming. It is so cool. And it's such a fun thing that we do together. And that's why this totem is a Two Brothers One Vision totem. And there's going to be Darren's, my work, and then our work, all incorporated. And he's going to have the copper eyes. We're going to copper leaf his eyes today. And this is just going to be something that's like no other that we've collaborated on to date. Oh. Okay. Did I convey that? Thank you, Perry. Perry said that's awesome. Thank you, Perry. I just have to have another sip. I really sucked in that cedar dust. Oh my Lord. And I got my little DeWalt fan here. Better turn that up a little notch. Took a hot shower getting ready, and my inner thermometer is still pissed off at me for doing that. Oh yeah, we got it, Wowie. Wonderful piece of art, Wowie. Well, thank you. Please feed Wowie's hamster. Hit that like button. Thank you, Tim. Feed that little hamster. It's looking thin. It's looking thin. She's looking thin, I should say. That's Algie. She's a little algorithm hamster. Okay. So, today, I went and bought this. So when it comes time for up here, you guys, and for attaching the leaf, I'm going to have to rough up the back a bit. I don't know exactly what I'll use, but something aggressive. And I'm gonna rough it up back here, as painful as that's gonna be for me to do anything. But you need to do that to secure a better grip. And along the stem or the fold of the leaf here, I'm gonna hit it with a couple of things, but not go through the metal. But just to make it a bit rougher and ragged back here, so that the epoxy really. So I'm gonna be taping around here in case there's any epoxy spillage. And the painter's tape will catch that. That'll be the very last thing we do. And hopefully we can get there today. But we're going to use JB Weld Clear Weld. I've never used this, but I trust the company. JB Weld is a very good company. But I've never used their 5-minute epoxy. But, yeah, as always, a wing and a prayer. And I'm just going to do my best. $17.99 Canadian, that tube was. And then we have the electroform, or the copper leaf, sorry. That's Art Mind's copper leaf. I got that from Michael's. And we used that on one of our last projects. We used this copper leaf. And for the adhesive for the copper leaf, it's this Mona Lisa. Speedball is a company. Metal leaf adhesive. Okay? And I got that at Michael's too. Michael's is just like a craft store that has everything. It's like a grocery store, but it's all crafts and stuff. I don't know if you guys have Michael's in America, but God love Michael's. Oh, I love me a Michael's. I can spend a lot of money in a Michael's. So yeah, you guys, we have to get this guy done. Like, to have a project that you've put so much time into. I keep seeing little spots I gotta sand. And then just have them sitting there, right? Like, it haunts me. But not in like in a horrible way. But it's one of those things that it rides your mind, right? Like, it plays on your mind, and it's an investment of time and love, and you know, these things are made in pain, and it's an investment. You want to see your investment come through, right? You want to see it through. So I'm really, really excited to do it to it, like we like to say here, to get this baby finished. So I think the first thing that we should do, oh yes, I'm glad I mentioned the last thing. The stain that we're going to do in the background there is a Minwax wood finish. This is a semi-transparent. This is called Early American. Its number is 230, okay? If anybody wants to know about that. And that's what we're going to do in the background here, and the background in a little alcove. What did I used to call those things? A place where you put, what is a place where you put like a statue, like a little, a door? I can't think of the word right now. I had a perfect word for that, for those things that we carved into that thing. Mine Rocks is here. Hello, Mine Rocks. How are you? Wait, Caleb is here. How are you doing? One of mine is here from Oregon. Holy smokes. You guys are just the frickin' best. How you doing, Caleb? How you doing, one of mine? That's awesome. Marty Baker, I like Minwax, Early American Stain. Oh, I like the Minwax. I've used it for many, many projects, says Mark. Thanks, Mark. That's a good one. It's real. I love Minwax. I also like Minwax. They make a wood hardener that it's way more expensive than the water-based, but the Minwax wood hardener is wicked, man. And I'm going to be using that on one of my first electroform projects that's coming for a long form video that we're going to do is a special magic wand. It's a root, and the handle I'm going to electroform and put a crystal or it's gonna be a rock of some sort. Darren's in charge of all those rocks and stuff and the names. But there's gonna be a rock in the handle, and then electroformed copper all around it, and then the end of the wood root. It's a little bit flimsy, but it's thinner. It's a very, very delicate wand, and I'm gonna frickin' soak that end in that really, really good wood hardener to make it so that it's never gonna break, because it's gonna be a lot of work to get it done. And sorry I went on that tangent, but yeah, it's great to see all the creators, man. This is freaking awesome. You guys are wonders. I mean that. From Trees to These is here. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Matt Cars is here. Hello, Matt. My goodness. It's a family reunion. Kindred spirits, tribe strong. Hobo is back in the house. He's been listening. Mark is here. Thanks. I'm glad you made it back, Mark. Dropping off Anwin. A nook. That's one of the little nooks. The little nooks. Thank you, Rob. You know, to adore things. A little nook. It's perfect. Thank you, Rob. So that's what it is. I like to make little nooks and put, like, Darren, like, there'll be we'll carve something like a Woodspirit, and then it'll be like, I'll think about how could I, well, you can't give every Woodspirit a necklace, right? So it's a way that I can, like, incorporate Darren's copper, but without hanging it from a chain or something, right? So the nooks, man, we're all about the nooks. Thanks, Rob. Yes, and Matt Carves is over in New Zealand. I guess there's been some crazy weather. Oh, for Mark the Maker. Or for Mark Anthony? Nook Strong, says Black Widow. You guys are the freaking best. Yeah, man, I was hoping, Matt Carves, you'd see this one, because this is a cool display of the carving and copper collaborations that my brother and I do. And then I was looking at this guy. His nose is really, really crooked. And I don't mind saying that. Like, off the center line. It goes right off the side here. If you're looking at it. Because I looked up this thing with a laser, right? And I'll show you. I'm not afraid to show you. Whoa. Don't do that. But, and I think maybe I hit no. But, yeah, when I look up it with the laser and line it up with the cut line that I'm putting in the, where the leaf goes, that nose is right off. It's like this compared to the laser line. But that's funny is because I have a nose like that. I've broken my nose 13 times. One of them, though, was plastic surgery. But that doesn't matter because I got plastic surgery and then I had a job in Nanaimo on the Vancouver Island here running one of its roughest bars. And then I took a bar stool to the face. So my plastic surgery nose got effed up again, and it was all for nothing. It looks classic Wowwy carving. Awesome. Thanks, Matt. That's awesome, Matt. Thank you. But yes, so it's like, it's got Darren's eyes with the copper, Wowwy's fucked up nose, and then Darren's work, and then our work in the nook. So it's a perfect two brothers, one vision. Oh my goodness. Two brothers, one vision piece, you know? Ouch, wow. Yeah, I just used to be a crazy person. Like, I was a partier and a drinker, like an alcoholic, really bad. And I worked in the bar industry, in the service industry, right? So, yeah, lots of things happened in those times. But my first time I broke my nose, I was 2, and I went face first down a really long slide right into the hard packed ground. Boosh! And after you break your nose really, really good, any time in your life, it's never really, it never grows back right? It's like anything in your body, you know? Once you F it up really good once, it never just goes back to good, right? So it was one of those things, it'll break. And then when I was like in the fighting stages, when I was living in Edmonton and being really, really bad, you know, I got punched out one night, came home, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and it was like touching my cheek, and so I straightened it myself. Oh, goodness gracious. What an idiot I was. Well, we're not talking about that no more. Oh, they're talking about filters? Yeah. Well, we don't got Bouncer 2, Wild Days, says Baby Kisses. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't have much of a filter. Sorry, you guys, if you didn't know that. Yeah, I am a wild child, but hey. Well, my start tomorrow during Delon's. May start tomorrow during... Yeah, Delon's is tomorrow. Make sure you guys go to Delon's every Thursday. Delon's has an awesome live stream. Sorry about that. I'm spitting on y'all. So, let it make it so. Let us make it so. I'm thinking I'm going to start on playlist number 3 today. And let's try and set it up so that you guys can hear the music and hear me talking while we do the eyes and start staining. If that sounds good with you guys. Alrighty. Okay, you guys are laughing. You guys are talking about your stuff. Okay, I don't over my head, but I'm just gonna keep on going here. So number 3 are the 3 main, says Baby Kisses. Okay, sounds good. This is Black Widow. Here we go. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me over the music okay. Woot woot! Perfect, says Pete. You can hear me okay, you guys? Okay, thank you, Mrs. Kisses. Let's get this frickin' show on the road. Oh, yeah. Here we go, guys.
By 2 brothers, 1 vision.
Brand new piece of my blue shop rag, brand new roll. Oh, yes. Yes! LaRue. Loving these new frickin' bangers, man. Thank you, LaRue. I'm gonna get this show on the road. Alright, this stuff, you guys, is super, super sticky. Gonna ruin this. I didn't bring any water. Oh, actually, I do have some water in my water bottle. Sorry, I lied. But it's probably gonna ruin these dollar store brushes because it's just crazy sticky stuff. I'm gonna do my very best to just get it on those sealed parts of the eyes. I did a lot of undercutting up on those lids just for this very reason, so that when we do this, we're not getting the glue on the eyelids. But if that happens and the copper leaf goes there, I'll just let it dry and then I'll go in there again with a diamond burr and just take off the spots I don't like, you know? That's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of this, is that we are the masters of our creations. We don't have to put up with nothing that don't look right. We fix it. Ryan so has 101 subs to go. Ordered stickers yesterday. Oh, to your 1,000. That's awesome, right? Frick, Suzanne. That's awesome. I will show everyone my new stickers and send them out to whoever wants one. Limited edition. Well, put me on that list, please, sister. Jeez. And congrats, man. You deserve it. You truly do. Oh, Caleb's talking about stickers too, which I don't have a Caleb sticker. My goodness. But that's awesome, Rhinestone. Congrats, sister. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get this stuff on there, and then we gotta leave it for 30 minutes to get to its optimal stickage, we're gonna say. And you know what I gotta do is I gotta get the frickin' whoa. How's that for forethought? I gotta get these treasures out of harm's way. My goodness, I just caught that. And to anyone who's not familiar, I try to make music that incorporates solfeggio frequencies, ohm, primarily ohm, and chants, Aborigine stuff. I'm trying to incorporate like indigenous chanting, but it's really, really hard to get LaRue to do it, but aka Suno. But I'm doing my best. I want to make music that when you're blasting it through your ears, it is actually benefiting your body and your mind. But you're not really, it might make you feel tingly and good and stuff, but it's kind of like subconsciously, but it's doing stuff to you. That's what I really want to do, is make music that like helps you and not just make you feel good and give you a beat to bop in, but actually helps you. Okay, here we go. And this stuff is like really, really sticky. You don't need to. It says don't cool it. So get it on there, and don't be a wowie where he overanalyzes everything and overdoes it. Now, we have to do a bit of this and that. That can get sketchy, but sorry guys, trying to keep it all in the whoa. Computer. Yeah. The size of this thing makes it so it's kind of tricky to move around and work on. But we're going to do our best. Okay. Go this way. Little dabble glue there on the blue. Kindly. Let's get the second one as well. Yeah, I forgot. I had a little brain fart there when I was saying the last thing that we copper leaf. It was the gnome home. The copper leaf of the windows. Wowie. And they turned out great, but I have seen some spots on them that I may go back and like, 'cause it's on my wall in my house now in our living room. Like, Katie loves it. It's a really cool piece. So, look underneath the windows in that piece. Make it look like no one's partying. I did go in there and then I'll be like, I gotta just touch that. Do a check on this angle. Gotta be very careful. This stuff will run and pull up the spots you don't want to, and then more leaf will go there. Did a pretty good undercut on that, on those eyelids. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Bob my head. I haven't spilled that shit. Okay, I swear, Wowie. All the things that we say, you guys, it's how the whole thing about spells came to be. What we say is very, very important. The things that we say and put out into the universe. Like, there are powers out there that we are only starting to just barely, you know, understand and comprehend. And the stories of old about things have little hidden truths in them. And that's this is what I believe, okay? I'm not saying this is 100% fact, but I believe the whole thing about saying, casting spells and stuff is because what we say can help manifest what happens in our realities. I very, very firmly believe this, okay? So when you're saying bad things about somebody or, you know, about yourself, you're actually casting those spells. And so you got to be very, very mindful of what you say and think, but saying it is the biggie. Okay, guys? And that's why when you say, I wish for all of my friends and family to be safe and prosperous and find love and find all the things that they need. You know, when you say those things and you say a prayer about something or somebody and you put that out into the universe, well, it's very, very powerful. And that's why there's little hints in the Bible and stuff that say 3 or more, 3 prayers and more are like amplify it. That's because it's all connected, and this is real stuff. This is real power, you guys. You're a wonder. You are an amazing wonder capable of miraculous things. We've all just been dumbed out and put into sleep mode. But we're all waking up, one by one. That's right, Caleb. You can never go wrong with positive talk. 100% Larry says, Suzanne, thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Rhinestone. I would love a new sticker. And again, just keep going. You're freaking on fire, and you deserve it. You deserve it. And I'm very proud of you, man. And I'm sorry if I can't hit every short or reel or anything. Like, don't think it's because I don't care. It's just because I wasn't there and saw it. Because, you know, a lot of you guys know too that I'm being very, very mindful of how I spend my time now. And when the wife gets home and stuff, I really do just put my phone down now. And unless she gets busy doing something or she starts doom scrolling, then I'm like, hey, fair game, bing, ding, 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 and then I start checking on you guys and seeing what I've missed. But I'm trying so hard to be there and be present for y'all because you're here for me, and it's all together, man. We're all in this together. But yeah, please, you guys, if you're ever posting something you don't see my comment or my heart, it's not because my heart ain't there. It's just because I haven't seen it yet. Okay, I shouldn't be sanding with all that glue on there too much. Okay, so to keep me occupied, we're gonna stain. No, this is just a wing and a prayer on this one because a way of containing the stain is really undercutting the channel you're going for. And I did it up top and I did it below, but I didn't really do it on the sides. So if it don't look right to me, I can go in there afterwards and get a really good undercut on these two sides of the beard and then restain it. But for now, I'm just going to give it a go and see how it looks. And then we're going to stain that nook and get it ready. So what time was it when we put that shit in the eye? About, let's say 5 minutes ago, okay? So let's say at 2:45. So at 3:05 around, it should be sticky enough, okay? Oh, Matt's still here. He's just working. Okay, thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it, man. Yes, we do have busy lives, but it's, you know, it's still like I still want to be there when I can be, you know. So I love you all. That's just the truth of it. You guys are my fam, my tribe. Okay, so let's get that. You know what? I'm gonna get my board here. My fish cutting board. I just don't like to do that stuff right on the suction box. I made that, my stepdad Randy, Mr. Randy, Katie's dad, made this suction box with me. And I can't convey how special it is to me because he did that. It's one of those things, you know, like, I don't get to spend much time with my dad. My real dad lives in Alberta, and yeah, we don't get to see him as much as we'd love to. And so Randy doing those things with me is just really special. This Carbide box, man, he really put a lot of work into helping me make it this perfect. And him and I came up with the idea, like in this Carbide box, it's a slanted floor to the suction hole. And we came up with that to make it so that when the dust gets sucked in, it won't get caught in these back corners and stuff. And so we have a slanted floor, and we were really proud of that, man. And we know some people since then that have made their own suction boxes the same way, with the slanted floor. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that stuff, and I'm really appreciative of Mr. Rand for doing that with me. I know I'm all mushy and sappy, but it's not too sticky. Okay, I'm just gonna use the end that didn't go in the glue to mix this thing up with, and then we should be all good to go. But yeah, family is everything, you guys. Like this weekend, it's my mom's anniversary on Saturday, so I'm gonna go so that they can go out and then hang with my brother. Because with my brother, he can't really be alone, although he would love to be. Believe me, he's fucking had it. He's fed up. He can be a real loner too, like me. He just likes to sit and create, right? But with his medical situation, it's not safe. If he was to fall or something, really bad, so I gotta go there. I'm gonna be there with my bro, and then Sunday, okay, I'm just going for this. Sunday we're going to Katie's parents for dinner. I think it's just Sunday dinner. I don't think it's any occasions right now. Mother's Day is coming, but yeah, you know. This weekend coming up is all for family. And that's just great. We're very blessed to still have our folks with us. I know a lot of people don't, and we've got to spend all the time that we can together. You know? Our time together is precious. I think this song is called Old Joe, because I did a backwoods song, and it's specifically for Joseph Keller. So yeah, this song is called Old Joe. I made that for Joe. It's looking okay, but okay, I just gotta stop. I gotta stop, not frick with it. Let's get the bottom. Sorry guys, I gotta like talk myself through this stuff. Damn it, I see some spots I didn't sand. Oh god. But yeah, that was Old Joe. And then this song is one of the songs I made in dedication to my roots and my grandparents and Northern Sunrise, the band I grew up with. Fuck! I just hit an edge, so I gotta hit that really quick. And this song just makes me like get all welled up inside because it just brings me back to their living room and the band playing. And my Uncle Kevin and my Uncle Marty could play steel guitar. And that's not easy, man. And they were just like these, they were like magicians in a way that they could play all these instruments. And my grandparents were their managers. And this is just a small time little country band in northern bumblefuck Alberta. But for their time, you know, they were the shit around Hines Creek and Fairview. You know, my uncles, it was my two uncles, my Uncle Marty and my Uncle Kevin. My Auntie Ada, she played bass, and then my cousin Dwayne, he played guitar and sang. My Uncle Kevin was on drums, and Marty was on guitar and also steel. And that's how I grew up, with them set up in the living room, in the main living room, and they were practicing always. So this kind of stuff is like, not only this, you know, makes me feel nice to listen to it, it's part of me. It's in my like my DNA, you could say. I'll go a tiny bit lower on this top mouth up here. So yes, I love to make a tune or two that's kind of brings me right back to those days, you know. Okay, I did hit a spot right here on the under part of that, but I'm not going to go too crazy right now about. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm just gonna keep her moving, Wowie. Keep her moving. I see one little spot here. I'm gonna hit that. And then we're going to go to the nook and get this nook painted in. Better stir it one more time. Hope this is okay, you guys, to watch. Sure do appreciate you being here, being part. Makes us all like together, like it's really collaboration. I was gonna say too, Rhinestone, I'd love to ever pick your brain on how you're moving up like so quickly. Like for me, if I haven't posted a long form video, like I don't get subs from my shorts basically at all. So I would like to know how you're just doing better with the algorithm, but unless I do, like, these OBS lives don't get me any new subs at the end of them. I do have them, like, I gained 6 last week when I did the vertical mobile phone live. I gained some subs. But other than that, it just stops. So I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong or if it's just... But if you know any tricks or hints, man, let old Wowie know. I'd love to get there. We're at like 3,600 watch hours for the past year, away from 4,000. But I only have like 808 subs. So, slow moving. Slow moving. I think I just gotta, keep, because I have a Woodspirit long form video going in the background there that I'm gonna have to turn into 2 spot parts because it just takes me too long. I can only create when the pane window allows me to. One maker's video can take me 3 months to finish, sadly. So, yeah, it's been a long, hard go. But I will not give up. That's for freaking darn tootin' sure. As DeLon said one day when I was talking to him, that this is a endurance. Endurance, it's not a sprint. I think that's okay. I'm going to go a little bit higher on one side here, but it's almost time to crack that leaf open, so better not do anything too drastic here. Oh, Wowie. I think that's all right. Well, nothing is 100% symmetrical anywhere on this piece, so I think I'll just stop there until if we need a second dose. But I really want to move forward on this piece today. So just to be safe, I'm going to lid that up. And speaking of the whole 5 subscribers, if you guys don't mind, like if your YouTube is connected to your Facebook or whatever, all you gotta do is hit share to see, because it'll pop up there if you are connected. And please just share this live stream to your social media. Maybe somebody will see it and decide to subscribe. Like all of that stuff really matters and really helps. Okay. We're like 302, so I better get that. We'll just wrap the staining stuff up here. And then we'll get out the copper leaf. Oh, these folks, guys. It's happening. It is happening. I'm sorry I haven't looked at the chat here. I will. I'm going to have a drink of water and have a quick look at the chat. Oh, see ya, Mark. Thanks. Hey, Happy Curmudgeon is here. Hey, that would be great. To make clips. I was looking at that whole thing, clips, the other day. Maybe, thank you, Happy Curmudgeon. Thanks for coming. I would appreciate any, help, Caleb. Just getting subs, just keeping the algorithm happy and seeing me and doing that stuff. Okay, making sure I don't well, somebody said, wow, I love that carbine, it's awesome. Thank you, Woodchucker. And thank you, Happy Curmudgeon. Thank you for coming, Matthew. That's awesome, man. Hope you're well. Geez, these, are you a drummer? I play the drums as well. Drums are my first My very, very first instrument. Thank you, Woodchucker. I will email you. A good tool review is a good way for watch hours. It's how I got to required hours. Okay, however, that was live. That was 5 years ago. Things are different. Thank you, Black Widow. I really appreciate that. You take care, Mark. Thanks for coming, man. Give Alan my best. Thank you, Black Widow. And I do. I have 3 Arbortech things that I've been waiting to review, to do a opening and review, and then make something with them. I have the precision carving set, and then I have a blade that goes on your angle grinder with blades on it, and then I also have one more thing that's there. I have the bowl making one that I did my very first Arbortech review was with the ball. And that did pretty good. And Arbortech actually saw that and reached out to me and said thank you, and they shared it on their but I'm not like an affiliate or anything, but they did share it to their social media, which was really, really cool. I have it's a planner, a log planner that I'm doing with only Arbortech tools. So it's sitting right there waiting. But yeah, when I open up the new tools, I'm going to continue on that. What is it called when you a little thing to put your plants in? Hello, Pen on Fire. I would love a Matt Carve sticker, and I would love to get Matt a sticker and a watcher. It's on my hope list to one day do. I want to send out there, but I've always wanted to, Matt. And I'm sorry it's taken me so long. I've always wanted to send you a watcher and a Wowwy'z sticker pack. How you doing, Sean? How you feeling, brother? Thanks for coming. All right, guys. It is copper time. Copper leaf, I should say. So, going right for, I think, the piece I had last time. Pull out. No, I'll just look at it. Well, and the fan's mucking me up. Gotta turn the fan off. Oh no! Because of that, I'm gonna have to take this off. Things are getting hot in here, folks. Okay, so I just need a nice, really, really soft brush to push the copper leaf in there and give it a nice little tapping. I had a really, really soft one. Kick it around. I thought about that. Maybe this one here. Yeah, that's looking soft. This is a cool song. In there, sticking everywhere. If you get it in there and it's looking good, leave it alone. That one I like. I'm just gonna leave it right there. And in case you guys are ever wondering, I intend, I use the same lyrics every time for my Wowwy'z Workshop songs, and it's just because of a thing that I decided to do way in the beginning. My favorite cartoon is called Squidbillies, and they did that with their theme song to the cartoon, but every time you tuned in, they had a different band do a cover of the same song, And I was like, if I ever have a YouTube channel, I'm doing that, man. That's freaking cool. Like, the same song, but all these different ways, right? And that was like way before I ever decided to do the YouTube. And so when it came time, I was like, no, you know, that's like the workshop with an E. That's because of how I grew up. People go, work. You gotta work, man. You gotta get to the rigs and work. Working. And it always sounded like they said it with an E. Working. Work. Right? Art is my job. Art is my work. Right? So when I did Wowwy'z Workshop, I was like, I'm making this a story. An origin story. And the things that I decide that I'm going to try and do, like the lyrics to the song thing, I stick to it. When I first was thinking of the name for our YouTube channel, I saw in my mind this rickety little sign. It looked like a kid wrote it. And it said Wowwy'z Workshop with the Z and the E in the work. And it was on this like rickety old piece of wood. And there was like a bird sitting on the corner. And like an old post. You know, like an old signpost. And, you know, wheat around it. Like an old, something you'd find on a farm. And that snapped into my mind. And I stuck with it. And I don't F with it. I don't second guess myself. It's the way it is. And I've had people tell me, you know, like, you're actually, you know, that makes it harder for people to find you because people will type in workshop with and spell it properly, right? And that's a valid point, but it's not going to make me go back and change it. You got to stick to your plan, man. Unless you're doing something completely not smart. But I think just doing things the way you know, envision them in your vision and staying with them is really important in art. It is to be anyways. Okay. Oh, look at those eyes. How's that, Darren? Look at that, guys. Does that look neat? Bear Boss Lady's here. Okay, you gotta run ready to see what? Bear Boss. Well, thanks for coming. Hey, Roy's Timber Artiste is here. Hi, Roy. Hi, Bear. Thanks for coming, guys. Even if you can't stay for long, Bear, you know it really is. It matters when you come in. Okay, and that's that with the copper leaf, you guys. It worked. It didn't go anywhere crazy, and I wasn't happy with. Frickin' rights. So that means if we have the time for it, I'm going to just clean this up quickly. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Moving right along. I guess next we'd be prepping the leaf, man. We gotta prep the leaf to get it ready to glue. I don't know if we'll get it glued on there today with the epoxy, but we are going to try. How do you guys like those eyes? Bear was here for a little while. That's great that he popped in. Thank you, Bear. That's really cool. It says from Trees to These. It looks awesome, says Wood. Thank you very much. He's watching you, Wowie. That's right. Thanks for popping in, Roy. How are you doing, sir? From across the pond. I know it's very, very late. Because Burr is effing awesome, tribe strong. Yes, he is, man. Like the long open mouth. Thank you. Eyes look awesome to the trees of these. I never really thought if it was open mouth like with a tongue, but I thought that was his chin. But regardless of how, everybody can look at something differently, right? But I'm just so freaking happy that I got a little bit of a run up on the edge there. But you can only see it if you're looking at it from a weird angle, which I am. But I think all in all, everything's going really, really good so far. Okay, so thinking back now, going to work on this leaf here, as much as it's going to pay me to do so, I'm going to have to rough up the back of it. Now, let's think about this. If I use like maybe a Kutzall Extreme Burr, and yes, we are Kutzall affiliates, folks. Below in the description, what I call the basement, are all of our links. My affiliate code, our affiliate code, I should say, is down there. If you use our link to Kutzall, you'll get a discount when you buy your tools. If they still are asking for a promo code, ours is DIB5, DIBB5. It too is in the description there in the basement. Yeah, if you can ever do it, any kickbacks, go back to the channel, and like I've been teasing, pleasing in past weeks here, we're gonna start doing a monthly prize, a giveaway on the live shows. The more and more I've been thinking about it, we're gonna incorporate tools, i.e. mandrels from Pete, burrs from Kutzall, and I was like, I got hung up on what can I offer people, and then it hit me. I'm gonna have more round tuits made, keychains with our logo and the tuit on the front. Those are going to be, I'm gonna make some merch, okay? So with these prize packages, you guys are gonna have cool tools, but they're gonna have merch that you can't get, that you can't buy anywhere. So I hope that sounds exciting. And that's freaking on the way, man. User link, says Black Widow. Thank you. I will be replicating those eyes. Magic, says Hipper. Thank you, man. Pretty neat, eh? Look at that. All I can say, bro, when you do it, really, really undercut the eye, like up and under, and then spin it around and up and under the bottom lid. And it'll make your life way, way easier. Because if you don't want it running out on your eyelids and the glue like pissing around and going places you don't want it. So just get those undercuts made. The reflection is making them look kind of cross-eyed right now, but DIB 5, DIBB 5. Thank you, Pet on Fire. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Caleb. I love my blung you sent, brother. Thank you, Joseph. Made with a lot of love and thought, you know. Okay, guys. I'm going to take this Kutzall now that I've gotten the... we're also Amazon Associates. Please, if you need a new Dremel, like a really good carving Dremel, if you use our link down below to buy the $250 Canadian special Dremel in the blue and silver toolbox with the slidey out shelves, you get every attachment. It's an awesome set, man. You get a 4300 with a flex shaft. It's a really wicked set. That's down there below. Buy yourself some good freaking, you deserve it, man. Buy yourself some tools. Also down there, you'll see I got my handy dandy Klein tools. I love this freaking thing, man. You wear it on your wrist. All your favorite burrs are there, right there. My good friend Trent Humphreys from the UK, he sent me a message the other day, a picture of him with his new cuff and all of his burrs on it. freaking, he got one. They're a really cool thing. Anyways, that link is down there too. Okay? And if you're a power carver, like most of you guys are, that's a freaking darn toot in that thing. Because it's just something that happens. You put your burr down and you go and turn and do something like me right now, and then the next thing you know, the fricker's gone. And especially, I'm looking forward to it because in the summertime I sit on the sun, out on the grass, and I carve. And like I'll bring my Dremel. You just use, you know what? They sell in like the garden center. It's just this pole, this metal pole with a bend. It looks like a candy cane shape, a little hook, and it's for like hanging like garden things and stuff. I just use that thing. I push it into the ground wherever I'm sitting. It's my little hook, and you know, extension cord, and I just sit out there with the Dremel, and I'll work out there. But that wrist thing is going to be perfect because I would always be losing my burrs in the freaking grass or the blanket or whatever I'm sitting on. Okay, sorry about that. Had to put on all of that on you guys. So this is a banged up, rickety old sphere, the bigger sphere. I'm going to use that.
By two brothers, one vision.
Now this has has already lapped. This is the first song, so I'm going to go back to here. Just switching over to another playlist, and it may be a bit loud, so let me. Where's my playlist too? There you are. Nope, it's set in a nice moderate volume. Well, no copper leaf on my stain. Holy smokes, man.
WIP
This thing has been in my mind for so long. I'm getting like chills seeing it before me. Okay. This is on copper. Now,
WIP Wednesdays.
just one sec.
With art, we will make it through.
Always use your eyes.
Wowwy'z
Your eye protection, you guys.
By two brothers, one vision.
Let's see. What's gonna happen? But you want that thing to glue on there and never ever come off. So I'm just touching, and I can feel the copper hit me in my face. So good that I put those glasses on. But I'm just touching it and moving it around. See that? That shiny stuff? Now I'm breathing in copper. spot there that this ball wouldn't reach. Sorry, a little tiny spot in there along the bend that the ball wouldn't reach. I'm just going to swap this out with a Kutzall extreme taper. So I can get there in that little spot there. This is the shit, you guys. This is the stuff that you can't overlook and say, nah, it'll be fine. Don't do that. Probably not very good for my burrs, but gotta be done. Whoa. A little bit here on this flat. This is really flat. So as much as it pains me to do it, just rough that up like that. Just not what is it? Right? Okay. Next, I gotta do a little bit of taping. So let's see how that's sitting. Oh, and it's like grabbing. It's happy. It wants to be there. Woo! Did you guys see that good? I just basically just made it like a feather. Just hit some slots there, okay? Just so that there's more grabbage. So I gotta see where. Okay, so I got this painter's tape. I gotta be careful too that I don't want that glue to get on that tape and make the tape. Like that'll be a real pain. But I did this. I made a totem for the Kindred Spirits Woodcarvers had a challenge called Everyone's a Winner. And we're going to do that again where everybody that took part traded pieces. It was really, really cool. So everybody in the woodworking group carved their own. It was up to you. It was like, let your time to shine. And so everybody who carved at the very, very end, we pulled names. I had a draw extravaganza Kindred Spirits thing. And I pulled all the names, and at the very, very end, my name still wasn't pulled, and it didn't clue into me that Claire's hadn't been pulled either. And I was like, what the frick is happening? The very last name to get pulled was mine and Claire's, and I shit you not, I wouldn't set that up. Like, how could I do that? They were all folded up in little bits in a thing, and I was shaking and singing and being a tit. But yeah, it was so cool, man. Because we were both like, oh, I want to win yours, Claire. And she was like, I want to win yours, Larry. And then it happened. It was just like one of those things that if you actually speak things, the universe will help make that happen. So that was really, really cool. But anyways, God, do I ever ramble. I did a totem as my entry, and it was like this. It had a Woodspirit face and then a copper leaf up top. But it was a piece that Darren had made intended to be a pendant. So it had a hole in it down here, right here. And so what I did is that I have solid copper nails. So I drilled out a really, really good hole for it and filled that with glue. And then I took that little copper nail, I sanded the head of it so it's nice and smooth and shiny, just like the leaf. And then when it was time to glue everything in, I just put glue in the hole. I nicked up the shaft of that nail so that it had a little bit of grabbage, like we just did with this copper leaf. And then, so when I glued everything in and I stuck that nail in and I could feel it squish in there, and because of the way I made the notches on the nail, that'll never pull out. And it looks just freaking cool, man. And that's Claire's. So, this will be the second one that we've made with the leaf, but as the headdress with the leaf. Darren also makes feathers, and sometimes I mess up on what I'm saying, but this is definitely a leaf. So I'm just doing this in the spots that are like, and I'm gonna form that leaf so it's. Sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing. A little bit more right here. But I'll hit this to be safe, but. I'll do a little bit up here on the top, just to be safe, you know. What the frick does it hurt, right? What the frick does it hurt? All it costs is do a little bit of painter's tape. Okay. You guys, I'm looking at the time. I'm looking at the battery. I think we have time to do this. Hello, so! Hey, Whittlework Studio is here. How you doing, Whittlework Studio? Thanks for coming, man. Salute! Salute, so! Thanks, Black Widow. I should be able to go live here soon. That's great, Whittlework Studio. Thanks for popping in. Thank you, Roy, for the prayer. I would like a sticker, Whittlework Studio. I think people are doing sticker swaps and subscribing to each other. Awesome. Thanks for all being here. Tribe strong. Thank you for the amen to that, Roy. To all the troops out there doing what they're doing. How are you doing, so? Thanks for popping in, sister. Real special project today. Bradstone is here. Says, hello, my soul sister. Congratulations, Sophie. What did I miss? What happened, so? Things are going well, and finally tomorrow I hope to have finished my cancer follow-ups and finally turn the page after 30 years. Oh my goodness, so. Oh, just say congratulations. That's freaking amazing. Thank God. And congratulations, sister. I love ya, and I couldn't be more happy for you. Thank God. Is that ever a blessing to hear? Okay, guys. Frick this, man. I'm going for it. I'm just checking my battery. This is 5-minute epoxy. And I think what I'm going to do... is put it on there. Oh God, how should I do this? So I can mix it on there, but no, you know what I'm gonna do? Give me 1 second. An old trick I learned. And this works like a dandy. Anywhere that you can get these big syringes, these horse tranquilizer looking things, get them. Because they are amazing for art. I actually had, I'm run out now, but I had went to my pharmacy, to a pharmacy, and asked them, and they sold them to me for like 30 cents a piece. This is years back, and I bought like $10 worth, like as many as they would give me, right? But I also found at the dollar store last year, they were selling these, and they said poison on them, but they were for shooters, because people like to use these for shooters now, you know, alcohol shooters. And I bought a bunch of those, but I've already used them up. But with this, you take these 2 parts of epoxy, squirt it right into the fricker, mix it in there, and then you're good to go. Huh? Easy peasy. That's how we like to be around here. Easy peasy, a little sleazy. Ah, just kidding. Or am I? Whoa! Hey, Wowie, sorry I'm late. Hey, Jen is here. How you doing, Jen? That's awesome. 2 people cleared right on baby kissing Sophia. So this is just regular 5 minutes, mix the frick out of it, and then you got 5 minutes. Set time 5 minutes, cures in 1 hour. Okay, well, I don't need that. Throw that away. I'm just gonna go for it. We got enough battery power to make this happen. So, when I do this, I put a little bit of painter's tape on my syringe. This has got an interesting one. I made it so that you can put that little cap back on and then turn it. That's kind of cool. But for right now, getting these frickers going is sometimes hard. The yellow, like they say clear, it dries clear, right? But the yellow side always seems to, there it went. But it seems to have a bit of a plug in it. Okay, one second here. Now, let's do this. I'm sure that's enough. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna make a freaking huge mess is what I'm gonna do. God, wowie. One more little bit. Just in case we need that much. I know we're not going to, but this is just in case. Okay, fold that shit over so it don't stick to ya. Don't get ya. Now mix. Mix like you never frickin' mixed before. This is going to go on here and never come off. It says it's a 5-minute epoxy. I suggest that you give it a mix for a good minute, you guys. The better and longer you mix it, the better it's going to work. Maybe not for a full minute, but you know what I'm saying. At least 30 good seconds. Okay, now I'm going to, looks like it has this nice kind of milky white look to it. So I'm going to call that done. Try and pull it out as cleanly as you can. And then I do this little thing. I just go really quickly. I go whoop, and I just wipe off that top so it don't get all over my thumb. All right. So now that we got that done, we take that off, and then you get it so it's ready to go. Here we go. It's ready to go. Okay, guys. This has got a little bit of pressure in it, so I'm going to let it like ooze out. I know I'm wasting it, but believe me, we're going to have enough. Here we go. Into its forever. Going into its forever home. Now when I do things like that, I try to like, don't go right out to the edge, right? Because this stuff is going to, it's going to smear a bit as it settles. Okay, so I think that's going to be enough. Now I'm just, for a second here, I've got to get this shit out of the way. Just got in my hand. Alright, let me get a new rag here. Sets in 5 minutes, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Oh god, don't do that. I forgot to cap my my box there. A little bit of painter's tape again. Woo! Hectic! Hectic here, live television, eh? Okay, now get this fucker right out of my way. If it wants to ooze, it can ooze. We gotta get this. Here we go, guys. Okay. As I push this down, now I just want to like peek to make sure, but should I peek? No, I can feel it. It's grabbing there. So I don't have this stuff glue itself on. If I feel like it's safe, I peel it off. Like that. Okay. Now, got some runaway epoxy here on my box. Back. Sorry for the cursing. Now, on this side, I'll do the same. Yep, we didn't get any. Woo! Okay. Holy smokes. I just had this wave of I won't be able to use that syringe again. That one's toast, so that all goes to the trash. Oh my goodness, you guys. Now, as far as attaching the acorn today, I'm not going to try that. I'm going to do that off camera just because when you get something like this to this point, you really want it to, like what I'm going to actually do is take some of this. Be careful. And I'm going to put something heavy on that. I don't know what yet. How heavy is this battery? The battery's pretty good. That would probably work. But just as it dries, I'm going to set that on there. Just to give it that pressure, right? Here, let me take this off. Oh, put that on my eyes anymore. Put this away. Holy smokes, man. So yeah, so you didn't see, but down here in the nook, there's going to be an electroformed acorn that Darren and I made. And it's going to hang there in its little spot down there. So you got copper eyes, copper leaf up top, copper electroformed acorn. And so was it here, so I'll show her the acorn. Look at that, so. Bing! A little electroformed acorn. On its copper rings, and Darren also made the copper little jump rings. That's going to be hanging in the little alcove there. What do you think of that? Kind of funky, eh? That's wonderful, thank you. Thunder Gouge is here. Hello, Thunder Gouge. How are you? Those eyes look great, Wowie. Thank you, Rhinestone. Nice job, Wowie. The soup. Hey, the Shoop's Woodshop is here. Thank you for coming. That's awesome. Shoop, bay doop. Shoop, bay doop. That's awesome. I really appreciate you folks coming, man. Oh, the Shoops is going live tonight at 8 p.m. Central. I will do my best to pop in. And I mean that. Oh, Old Path, his wife is setting her drums up in our studio. Oh, Old Path, I didn't know you jammed. That's freaking wicked. Thank you very, very much, Ryan Stowe. Thank you, Caleb. YouTube, there's Thunder Gouge's. That's awesome, Thunder Gouge. Well, thanks, Shoops. I really appreciate that. You're awesome, too. Okay, guys. Well, what I'm going to do here, just to finish off, I'm going to put that weight on that battery on there, so we can keep some weight on that. Leave that just as is. And I will go. I'm gonna have to shut the music off for now, guys. I hope that's okay. I'm gonna go to the front facing. I've never seen anything like it. The acorn's neat, eh? Just wait till I show you guys how to make them. Here, I'm going to that looks great, brother. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, Joseph. Here, I'm just going to go to front facing to finish off the show there. Alrighty. Well, that was a time. We had a time. We got the eyes done. We got the staining started. I'm going to have to go in there and fiddle frick with that. I know it. I just know myself. And if I don't like how the edges look around there, I'll go in there. And like I said, I'll really, really undercut them so that the edges are hidden. That's a big thing what I do. Like with my watchers, how I do in the hoods, how I go in there and up and under, is so that when I stain it and show Sugi Band it and stuff, you don't have to worry about seeing edges. Being able to hide edges is a very, very important thing when you're doing mixed media. Edges can drive a person crazy. Believe Wowie when he tells you that. Hobo, truly amazing show today, Larry. What a beautiful project. I bid farewell to the travelers. Stay blessed. Thank you, Hobo. Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much for everybody for coming today. It's just, I can't thank you enough. Stay safe, Hobo. Oh, yes, one more time, Jack. Oh, yeah, okay, for the folks that were here last week when I did the vertical, remember how you couldn't hear the music, you couldn't hear the chimes? I finally figured it out. on an iPhone 16 Pro Max, you have a thing that you can only adjust when you're in camera mode. And what you do is when you're in camera mode, you swipe from your top right down, and it makes your control center pop up. And then it'll give you the option. And my phone was set on a noise canceling setting, which I did never ever know. And that I wouldn't have known until. So I changed that back to standard now. So if I ever do that again, you'll be able to hear the music on the side. But that's what happened, you guys, is that it was set. It was like automatically set on this thing. And it's for, just filming yourself so you can talk and stuff, doing your own videos. And so it takes out the background sounds. Like, it's a very, very awesome feature to have on your phone. But I had no idea it was even on until that live. And then everything went sideways and I couldn't drop it. It was frickin' eating my brain. And so it was like throwing me off my game. So I apologize about that last live stream. But I figured it out. Good old, just freaking Googling the crap out of it. And then also I YouTubed it, YouTube is just such an awesome place to find information. Yeah, you have to put it in and just put it to standard. Yep, you know it, Woodchucker. I wish you were here last week. You would have been able to tell me. Everybody is just saying hello and having a good night. Thank you, everybody. So that was a pretty good show, I would say. Hey, we got a lot done. I'm so happy that this is happening. This is, like I said, he's been on the wall 4 years, you guys. Looking at me, waiting. He's been waiting. And now he can finally be appreciated and finished as he deserves. I'm so happy about that. Tribe strong, that's right. Let's support each other and make the tribe strong. That is right, Black Widow, and thank you, Tim. I wouldn't. There is no YouTube without you all, and that's the truth of it. And I cannot convey how much I appreciate you guys all being here and supporting the channel and supporting Wowie and Two Brothers One Vision. It's a gift like no other. Checking my battery, and yes, in fact, I am down pretty down to the last bars. So I want to say goodbye to everybody properly. And again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And may I say again, you guys, well, thank you. You're awesome too there, Tim. Hey, Beatings, Crazy Custom Creations. Francis is in the house. At the very end, Francis. How you doing, sister? I ain't going to cut it off just now. You just got here. How are you doing? See you till next time. Thank you, Pete. Thank you very much for coming. Do you play the music through your laptop? No, this one I'm in OBS Studio, but last week I did. I played my music through my laptop on the side, and my phone cut it all off. You couldn't even hear Jack's chimes. The phone noise cancellated them even. Working on a video, says Francis. Well, thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. Hello, Grumpy. Hello, Miss Francis. Everybody's saying hello. 3:52. We almost made it the full way. I could stand here and ramble McJamble, but to be honest, I'm covered in sweat. I got epoxy all over my hands, and I need to take a little weight off my back. So I'm going to call it. Awesome video, Ellie. Until next time, thank you. Thank you all. We'll be going live tonight at 8 p.m. Central. I will do my best to be there, Shoops. And thank you so much for coming, man. I sure do appreciate seeing, all of the wonders and folks that I'm not used to seeing come in on the regular. It's just, I can't thank you enough for being here. It's truly a wonderful thing. Have a good night. Well, you have a good night, Tim. Grumps, thank you for being number one, brother. Much love and appreciation. Thank you, Shoops. Very much. Like I say, there is no YouTube without y'all. And this has been WIP Wednesdays. Wowwy'z Workshop. Be good to yourselves and those you love. Tribe strong and much love. I'll be back next week. You darn freaking tootin'. Ow! And with that, guys, Wowie out.